Gurudev, this new generation, I feel that I know that how concerned you are about the mental health issues and new generation and their predicaments and their problems. And I also have come to know that meditation is almost like a panacea for that. How do you see this new generation shaping up? My feeling is that they're living in a different world.
See, whether the new generation or old generation, today we are faced with the great challenge of insomnia.
You're talking to someone who suffers from that also.
Insomnia, anxiety has taken over our population like anything. I think that's the reason. Very recently, on December 6th last year, 193 countries unanimously came together, voted for World Meditation Day. This was not voted by India, it was voted by many other countries, Mexico, Liechtenstein. They came together, they said meditation is needed. So with meditation you are able to get over insomnia, you are able to feel less and less anxiety and tension, all these benefits are there.
I fully agree, because I've recently experienced that. Recently, I'm pretty late in it, but I fully agree with what we are saying. But how do I mobilize this new generation? The problem that I feel that's looming over the new generation, I might be wrong. The biggest problem that the new generation is having is that the plethora of choices that they have and their exposure through internet. I keep saying that when I was all of 15, I knew that my father knows everything under the sun more than I did, which is not the case.
But now your son knows more than everybody
that's right.
else.
When my son was 15, I realized that I don't even know anything about his life, and if he feels that my dad knows nothing, I couldn't complain much. So one is this internet, and they become world audience, right? They're dealing with everybody. How do I get to channelize their energy and mind to this? And I'm fully in agreement, and I felt it myself. I experienced it myself, that how meditation can change sleep pattern, how meditation can change the way I deal with difficult situations where I feel helpless. I have felt it off recently. But how do I get this large generation coming to terms with it and experiencing it?
And this is what we are doing. We are conducting programs in schools and colleges. The AICT, all the engineering institutions, engineering colleges, they have introduced this in their induction program now. So medical colleges are taking it because medical doctors are so stressed out. 70% of doctors and students who study for medicine are all stressed out, so tremendously.
Huge volume. The Gray's Anatomy, I could never study medical by the sheer fear of the weight of Gray's Anatomy. I mean, who would pick up that book and study? They undergo tremendous stress.
Meditation here helps, and then breathing technique. The Sudarshan Kriya, what we are teaching, we are in 145 universities in America alone, and many universities it is for credit. When the students do the program, they get marks for it. So same thing in Europe also. About more than 24 universities in Europe are taking these programs. So and then young people, they love apps. So I go to them through apps. So we have made an app called Sattva app, which is a free app. People can download. I put number of small, short, big meditation in that. And so they simply have to put it on and sit and relax, and they can get rid of the anxiety, the exam tension that they experience, or pressure, peer pressure, relationship problems. When people break up, you can't imagine the amount of misery they go through in the relationship. So for all these techniques, Sudarshan Kriya,
how is the acceptance level with the students? Are they accepting it?
Tremendous acceptance.
So may I suggest something that if you can take that up? I think one of the things they're most stuck to these days, the young generation, is gaming. If you can convert this
Our whole thing is through games.
That's it.
When we teach children, young people, I knew this from quite some time. So last 25, 30 years, we are teaching them all this through games.
That
that's
surely
we
will
call
work.
it youth empowerment seminar. We call it yes program, because that is making our young people be more strong and happier. We need to take care of the mental health and emotional well-being of our people.
That's the
key now. If we can take care of that, we can prevent all the suicides that is happening in our highest institutions. You must have heard about Indian Institute of Science.
Yes.
They removed all the ceiling fan from their hostel rooms. The reason is 6 of their students, which are very difficult to get in, they were hanging themselves. I said, that's not the solution. They can get
another thing to come with that. Yes.
Open. There are trees around. You can't cut all the trees.
So mental health.
Mental health is very important.
Watch Radico presents Duologue with Barun Season 3. Streaming on News 9 Plus. Download the app now.